Okay guys, welcome back. Once again, this is a video about how I moved to Texas with less than $1,000. Yes, it is possible, but to be completely honest, your budgeting skills have to be on point. I'm Dash, I'm 23. I just graduated college with my bachelor's in journalism, advertising, and media studies from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And yeah, clearly I don't know myself. I'm multifaceted. I love doing stuff with tech. I also like creating stuff, and I'm probably gonna have 3 different jobs. Like, why you wanna move to Texas, doing all this COVID stuff? I mean, everybody was talking that shit. So why you wanna move, doing all this COVID, blah 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 blah. You don't need to be doing that, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, if I can't move during COVID, then when can I move? No, but seriously. So that's literally what they were talking about when I was like telling them, like, okay, I want to move, whatever. Mind you, I worked for UWM as a multimedia producer for the UWM IT department, and then I also worked for Best Buy at Geek Squad. So I had 2 part-time jobs while I was finishing my last semester in college, while also completing like 2 or 3 internships. So like, let me tell you, first of all, I was tired, drained, and damn near depressed. Okay, but you know, I pushed through as hard as it was, but I pushed through. And that's when I was feeling like, damn, you know, I want to get back on my Dashcam Media shit, which is my business. So basically I told myself, you know, let me just knock out this last semester and then, you know, go crazy. I'm either gonna sit here, complain about shit, and not do nothing about it, or I'm gonna do something about it and not really talk about it. And that's what I did. I did my research. I literally was on fucking rent.com, trulia.com, you know, all of those different websites. One thing I will say though is, if you do have the resources, or you do have somebody to help you, you should take advantage of that. My sister's husband is a realtor, so, you know, I should have asked, but I didn't, because I don't like being a bother to people. And personally, you know, I just kind of wanted to like do everything on my own for once, for the most part. But at the same time, like I said, I just didn't want to be bothered. And basically, you know, I ain't gonna say I live in the worst area, but I don't live in the best area. So like, my next place is probably gonna be in a better area, because I'm actually gonna seek out resources. So yeah, that's basically that. So I was like low-key getting kind of stressed, because I'm like, okay, well, you got this, and you got this, and you got graduation coming up. So it's like a lot of stuff I know I have to pay for or finance, and I'm just like, I don't know how it's gonna happen. Boom. So that was the first thing. And I guess when I started working for Best Buy, they paid us up for like 2 paychecks or whatever, while we was at home, and then that was pretty cool. So I took school, so it gave me more time to think, and that's when I was just feeling more like, okay, it's probably time to move. Like, this is the best time to move. So it's like the middle of April, and I'm like, yeah, I'm finna move. Like, I wasn't for sure, but I was like 75% sure. I still had a household like full of shit, like 2 couches, well, whole living room set, whole bedroom set, bathroom set, like literally had like a 2-bedroom apartment. The only thing I didn't have was like a kitchen set or a table or whatever. But yeah, so I had a desk and all that, whatever. And all that stuff was still there. And once I decided like I wanted to move, I gave all that stuff away. So I saved my first job went, which was Best Buy. I was like, okay, cool. Well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And my other job allowed for us to work remotely. So that was even better. So I could work that from anywhere. So then that's what I was like, more solidified in the fact that like I'm about to move. And then I say April, like at the 3rd week of April, I talked to my current landlord about breaking my lease. He's basically like, look, he basically was trying to not let me break my lease or whatever, talk about something. Yeah, I told you, we talked about that, but I didn't say it was a for sure thing about you breaking the lease. And I started crying, and I got irritated and stuff like that. And he called me back and was like, you know, we're gonna let you break your lease, whatever you got to pay us a month extra in advance, whatever. So which was cool, because like I was up to date on my rent and stuff like that, so I just had to pay extra, which I didn't bush. And yeah, that's basically that. So once he said that I could break it, and it was like, oh yo, like I was like, okay, I get rid of all this shit. Mind you, I had 2 closets full of shit, just unnecessary shit, just a whole bunch of stuff, honestly. And I knew how to get rid of all of it. So I had to like literally ask people one by one, like, oh, y'all want this? Like this bed set, y'all want this bed, y'all want this couch, like whatever. I wasn't even trying to sell it. All I knew for sure is that I want to take my clothes, my books, my technology, and my appliances. Which is like, you know, little, what you call them things? Air fryers and like skillets and shit, that type of stuff. So basically, I think I got rid of like my last piece of furniture like literally the day before, the day of me trying to like literally move, which was honestly probably the 29th or the 30th or 31st, one of the three of April. And that was basically that. So then I had to move all my stuff out, well, give all the stuff away, and then I packed up all my stuff for the most part, like kind of like consolidated it to the point where literally like it's funny, like the last night in my house, like I slept with my clothes to an extent. It was just the clothes that are in my closet, like the hang up clothes, whatever, and then not the clothes that was in my drawers. So that was basically that. And then I got that stuff together, made sure it was like clean for the most part, and then made sure like I wasn't forgetting anything in like closet stuff like that. And honestly, I thought it was gonna be a piece of cake putting this shit in my car, because like it's like Tetris, you know, just back the car up. Now I think I underestimated how much shit I had, because all of my clothes from my closet, just hanger clothes, didn't even fit in my trunk. So that automatically like threw off everything. And it was just like super chaotic. And you're gonna see like a video of my car here. Okay, so I might like make a YouTube video about me going to Texas. I'm driving by myself. It's like the first time I drove something like this car. And I literally have like a car full of shit. Like my trunk is packed, yada. To be completely honest, I decided this in like 2 weeks or whatever, and I got like my whole house situated within like a day, as far as like packing and I did all this shit myself. And I almost forgot that I was supposed to be recording this, so that's why I'm doing it now as I get on the road. And that's that. Yeah, and I'm tired as shit. Okay, my body is fucking sore. I'm tired of fucking. But yeah. If you were back, you see how fucking packed my car was. I was scared, first of all, because I'm black and driving across the fucking country. Secondly, because I'm black, driving across the country with shit all the way to the fucking top of my car, and they could just pull me over and fucking shoot me for no reason. And third of all, I was just more so really scared of the fact that I was black driving across the country, and I knew like I would pass police, realistically. So that was basically that. Like, it was so packed. I literally like got done packing my car up around like 2 or like 1 or 2, and I wanted to be home by like 10, so it literally took me like 4 hours to pack that car up. Seeing my godmom, which is my fairy godmom, seeing her, and then seeing my sister, and then I really went like for Racine. Then I had to go to Racine to see like my mom and my grandpa, and that's pretty much that. Not actually my mom the day before, but I was just see my grandpa, because I didn't really want to see him while I was seeing other people, because they might have like, you know, and I didn't want to, you know. So that was basically that. And I literally left from Racine, and it took me 16 hours to drive from Milwaukee to where I am right now in Texas. And I think I did what? The first day I did from Chicago to St. Louis, and then I was stuck at my cousin's house for like 4 hours, and then I got up at 5 something, like 5:30, and then I left from there to Texas, and I drove here, right here, and I was supposed to meet a lady from my house or whatever. Why did I move to Texas? Quite honestly, there's no reason besides the fact that I had been here once, and there was really nowhere else I had a desire to move to at the time. I'm considering Atlanta after this, or maybe somewhere like the East Coast, but that's pretty much it. It was either here or Arizona, and Arizona just seemed like way too another place for me to live in. Like, I'm a lazy person and I complain a lot. So like, I knew that, you know, me being in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it's 86 and I'm complaining and I want to do nothing. Me going to Arizona where it's like 160 at 10 a.m., like I would just literally die. Nobody wants that. So literally, I went to Texas in January. That was my first time going to Texas. And I had another trip in March and another one in April. But fucking COVID happened. Luckily, COVID happened right after I got back from Louisiana. Like, literally, when we got back to Wisconsin, like, we started getting like the notifications about people getting sick and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So luckily we went on that, but I feel like that trip in itself kind of like solidify how I feel about things and how I feel like I want it different for myself at least. So basically, this year I turned 23. I'm not a real like celebratory person for some reason. I don't know. I just don't really like to celebrate or do big things, do big gatherings, none of that extra shit, honestly. So like, I didn't really do anything, but then I realized like, you know, I need to start taking advantage of my youth while I have it. And I also need to like push myself out of my comfort zone because I really wasn't satisfied with the life that I had then or there. And don't get me wrong, like I wasn't fucked up, but it just wasn't something I'm like, oh my God, this is everything. Given if what I was living like then is great for you, that's awesome, but it wasn't really what I was aiming for. And at the end of the day, I feel like I isolated myself a lot to where it was just like, I seen firsthand the things I did and did not like about my daily lifestyle or the type of area I was living in, or let's say the opportunities I was presented with, just different things like that. So like I said, I just evaluated all of that and I wasn't satisfied. So I mean, I complained a lot and then I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna move. So what advice would I have for anybody that's looking to make the move that I made? Personally, I would say, like I said, evaluate and utilize your resources. I think that can make things a lot easier for you, as well as prevent learning lessons. Secondly, I would say definitely manage your, like I said, finances. Make sure that your current finances are up to par or up to date. Budget your newer finances to where you are not thrown off by those expenses. Third would be plan. Like me, I did it in a month, so I'm not gonna say you need to plan for a year, but I would say plan until you feel solid or comfortable with the decision that you're making. So like for me, you know, all I feel like I needed was a for sure way to get my shit there, and then a for sure place to sleep. I literally had nothing moving here, not a bed, not a pillow, like literally nothing. And I just was hoping that things would work out, which they did. So like now I have literally everything I had in my old house with less than a month. Just being here and I don't have a job yet. So yeah, fourth piece of advice would be, honestly, if you're thinking of doing anything, it doesn't just necessarily be moving, but if you're considering anything that you don't feel quite comfortable with, I would say take time and evaluate why it is that you want to do those things. And if you feel like your reasoning is justified or it's valid for you, then inspire yourself first before seeking other people's advice. So like, you know, you can come on this video and I can tell you stuff that you might not like to hear, and that might deter you away from what you're about to do. The whole time, what you was about to do could have been what you was about to do or should have did, but you didn't do it because of the fact that my experience or the fact of somebody else's experience or, you know, opinion of somebody else, and it's just not relevant, honestly. And quite honestly, I feel like when you're doing things that will put you on a different level or will put you in the area for growth or room or another level, period, like the people on those old levels, they will try to bring you down, hold you back, or personally just not believe in what you're trying to say. So that's what I say. I say inspire yourself so that if anybody does say anything you don't like, you know what I'm saying, you still can push. Okay guys, so in the near future, I plan on working on more vlogs and producing more content to express my creativity, whether that's through illustration or multimedia production, as well as tech and merch reviews, in the sense of me reviewing lenses, me reviewing my camera, me reviewing this microphone, me reviewing this light that I happen to be using that is not a ring light. Looks like one though, but it's not. I'm not really good at goodbyes or hellos. But until next time, guys. Oh wait, I forgot. Hat anti, suit anti, you know.